Hi, today we're going to talk about how to make a flexible menu. So we like to make a menu. Do you like a menu?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I make a basic menu and I put it into my menu folder, which is right behind us. I actually hang it off of the thing here so everyone can quickly access it. Do you want to get that down for me? Can you get that down? So she's going to get that down and I'll show you what it is. Have a video that goes into detail about what I did. So I have um, this is my menu planner, and then behind it is my school planner. And we just kind of connect them together over there. And Miss Nursing Baby wants to see what Mom has. So my menu planner is in here. And so, for instance, we had gone over and made a basic menu the other day for this month. And this was it. So we have a basic menu. I make my basic menu from my food pantry itself. So I keep a well stocked pantry. I think that it's very important. I think that you should be able to feed your family even if, things happen or whatever. If somebody gets sick, you don't want to feel obligated that you have to go to the store, or you already have whatever foods you want during that sickness to be able to feed your family. So you have ingredients for chicken noodle soup or whatever you might need. I also feel it's important to have a food pantry in case like um, you have a job loss. My husband, years ago, he went into his work that he had worked for 10 years, and the boss came in and said that the whole department was being outsourced. So that can happen. I mean, a job is just a job. It's not, a lot of people commit themselves to a job rather than committing themselves to the Lord, but it's just different. There's a commitment to a job, but you have to understand that it's only like, in most cases, it's only a temporal thing. So anyway, we like to have a food storage. I think that it is how our ancestors used to do things. They used to save things for a year. If they killed pigs once a year and they put them where they went, they harvested whatever they were harvesting for the year, and they just did everything pretty much for the year or for the season. If they could do more, then they would do more. If they couldn't do more, then that was okay. But they wanted to get from season to season with what they had, if at all possible. And there were some years crops were bad, and it didn't work out that way. And then there's other times that crops were good, and maybe they were able to put a little bit more up than they expected to. So, the thing about being flexible in your menu planning, the thing about if you can take your menu and make it basic from what you already have on hand, then you're really not shopping for extra ingredients. The things that I usually shop for are things like salad, fresh fruits and vegetables will get shopped for. So we'll shop for those, but those really could be put on with any other meal. It's not a specialty item like, hey, I need, chipotle peppers or whatever, a specialty item for each specific recipe that I have. I keep a well stocked pantry for that, so I don't have to do that. I have all the ingredients that I need to make meals for the whole month. I mean, if I could not get to the grocery store, we could still eat those meals that I have here for the whole month. And so that is how I plan things. So if I needed to, or if I didn't have the funds to grocery shop that month, I would still have all the ingredients that I would need for the month. Is it? I really like doing salads. So I like having fresh lettuce or whatever I'm using for salads. I usually use like the mixed greens. I like having that, but I'm not going to die if I don't have that. Okay, so being flexible. I like a flexible menu. So if I have that, then I also am able to be flexible. So that means today my menu was, I don't even know what it was. It was a freezer meal. So today I planned on doing a freezer meal, but the other day I had found some chicken strips on sale. You probably saw that if you saw my grocery haul. And so I bought 4 of those, and I wanted to try this recipe where you use chicken and then you bread it with pork rinds, and it came out so good. You use like a mustard base instead of like an egg wash. You use a mustard base, and then you put the pork rinds on top of it, and that was a huge hit. I'm glad we have leftovers tonight because yum. So we ended up making meat that for lunch, and that was not what was scheduled on the lunch, but I had it and I was able to do it, and it's something that I want to try. If I want to try a new recipe and I have time that day, then I can just go ahead and do that. But if I'm not around, people still know, okay, this is what we plan on, doing for lunch. This is what we plan on doing for dinner. So it helps everyone out rather than me planning that I'm always going to be doing a specialty type meal. I really enjoy and like how my body feels if I am eating a paleo diet. I do like to include oats in that diet. I did find that eating oats actually helped increase my milk supply a little bit. So I would definitely keep the oats into that diet. But really, I felt my best when I was eating meat and vegetable, period, without like things like pasta, even it's gluten-free pasta, things like pasta or lots of white potatoes or rice, or those types of things. I felt better when I wasn't eating all those types of things. Do I have them on my main menu? Yes, I have them on my main menu. Rice and beans is really simple, easy, and cheap. It's on my main menu. But if I want to, I can choose to change that up at any time. If I have the meat in the freezer. If I'm like, hey, my husband's going to be home today, I really have the time, I'm going to make meatloaf and mashed potatoes and green beans or whatever it might be. I want to make that today to like bless my family. I can do that because I'm not buying any specialty items in order to just have my main menu. So that is a huge blessing to be able to do that. A lot of times people feel like they have to either make a full menu out and stick to it like to a T, or to not make a menu, but then you're stuck with days like, oh, today was really busy, I don't have a plan, I don't know what I'm cooking, I don't know where I'm going with life, and I know you're trying to kiss mama. Um, so that is how I kind of fit the two together, because I am kind of a sporadic at a moment type person in certain ways. Like I like to have a plan, but at the same time, I like if I can say, okay, me and my daughter, I wanted to show my daughter how to make this, and I have some time right now. And because my life is so busy, I can't always say I'm going to have time at this hour on this day, so let me plan that. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. But if I look and I say, oh, hey, I have an hour on this day, I could do this or that. Can you please don't do that? Thank you. I don't know that everyone wants to see in your mouth. Then we can do that. Whatever you're going to ask right now, the answer is going to be no. We just got back from the library. We got a bunch of library books. We got some Christmassy library books. And that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah,
They did some Christmas crafts and stuff too. And that was fun. So, yeah, I don't really know how to explain it except like I'm flexible, yet I have a plan. I know that's not really helpful, but I did want to mention that to some people because I have been asked like, what's your like specific one of her books, a specific grocery budget or a specific menu and that type of stuff. I have more of like, this is the plan, but if I want to do this, then I can. And the same with my grocery budget. It's like, okay, this is my goal, this is my budget for this month. But if things change, if then things change. Sometimes maybe might be a month where I found a good deal on something like grains and I might go over my budget. And then, the next month I might go under my budget. So it's not like a die hard budget. Also, if we're in like the growing season, things might be different during that season because we're trying to eat more from the garden. Um, I don't know. It just really varies. My goal is about $100 per person per month. That's my goal to spend on groceries, and sometimes that's where I'm at. Sometimes I'm under, and sometimes I am over, just depending on the month and what we have going on. But it usually works out between the months to be roughly $100 per person per month. So that is that. If you have any questions or if you do something similar, then comment down below. I am trying to work on getting some of these videos more organized. I'm really like computer illiterate. Honestly, before I started like YouTube this time, like when I did my first videos, if you go back a few years ago, I didn't even have internet. We didn't have internet until this year. Literally, you can ask my friends. They're like, you don't have internet? No, we didn't have internet. So we just got internet this year. So I'm really not a techie type person, but I am learning. And I think that we all need to learn and just be good learners. And so that's what I am doing. And I want to make these videos so that maybe I can share things that I have learned that I'm applying to my life so I can teach you. But I need to find other videos on how to make videos better and how to make thumbnails and that type of stuff from other people that have done that. And I think that it's a great community. Like the YouTube community is one of where people can be teaching each other skills. And there's such beauty in that. It's amazing that, God has provided that for us to be able to do and to get the teachings that, we used to just be able to go to church on Sunday and that was a sermon that we could hear. And now it's like you can hear sermons throughout the whole world if you want to, and just really be blessed by all those things and to know like who to be praying for. And, the internet in a lot of ways is good for those types of things. And in a lot of ways, it can kind of be like a time sucker or consuming or all consuming or whatever you might say. So we have to watch our time and stuff like that too. So I am working on doing some of these things. I have some ideas. I'm trying to get more organized, but I cannot promise that's who I am. Honestly, my flexible menu is like who I am as a person because I have a goal. I have a plan. Like my house is like in my mind, my house is always perfectly clean, but it doesn't always happen like that. It's like there is stuff going on and there's stuff happening all the times. So I have to be flexible. And I think that most people need to be flexible on a regular basis. And flexibility doesn't mean like laziness. It just means, okay, this is what's going to work for now. And this is the season that we're in right now. And that's about it. So I hope you all have a great day. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up and we will talk to you later.